Today, JiuJitsuMania is in sunny Southern California. We're in Los Angeles at 5-Star Martial Arts with Shawn Williams. Shawn, glad to have you here to be interviewed by us. And we're also in town for the LA Fit Expo, where JiuJitsuMania will have a booth and be doing seminars on performance nutrition and strength and conditioning. And it's the same weekend of the grand opening of Shawn's new academy. Shawn, you want to tell us about this beautiful new school?
Sure. You know, we're here at 5-Star Martial Arts in Los Angeles. We just made this thing about twice as big, so we've got about 6,000 square foot now. We've got showers and something that I've wanted to have from day one, you know, but we finally got it. So we've got showers, weight room, 2 training rooms, because we do Muay Thai and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu both at the same time, so people can do Thai boxing, Jiu-Jitsu, we have a kettlebell program, so really excited. We're gonna do our grand kind of reopening because we never had a grand opening, so we're gonna do a grand reopening.
Great. So tell us about your background in Jiu-Jitsu. Now you are part of that first group of black belts ever, American black belts under Renzo Gracie. And Renzo, as we know, he's got some beautiful Jiu-Jitsu, but he's just a tough guy. So tell us about your black belt class and how it was training under Renzo.
Oh my God! You know, the reason why I got into Jiu-Jitsu, I saw, like I'm sure so many people out there, I saw the UFC. And I saw Hoist fight, but I was in high school, and then I started college, and I saw Hickson fight, and I was like, man, I did martial arts since I was 13 years old. I have a black belt in karate, and I've always loved martial arts and sport. So I saw these guys fighting. I thought, you know what? I'm not doing anything with myself. I'm gonna go try this, you know. And thankfully, I have a very supportive family. And what really made me decide I'm going to do this is when I saw Renzo Gracie fight on the World Combat Championship. Because, you know, he was well-rounded. He was moving like a boxer, he was punching like a boxer, kind of wrestling like a wrestler, and then obviously the ground was just, you know, he just killed everyone. So I saw an ad in Black Belt magazine that said he was teaching out in New York City, and I moved from Indiana. I went to visit first, and he was so welcoming and so nice that I said, I'm moving. So I moved from Indiana, and I went out there, and he, like everybody, hey champ, that's what he used to call everybody, you know. So his personality won me over, and obviously his technique in the fight won me over, and I was real fortunate. I mean, I came up with guys, and let this be a lesson to all you guys out there that you're training in a school and it's full of white belts, blue belts, purple belts. There's maybe 1 black belt or 2 black belts. Let me tell you something. I came from a school that Renzo was the black belt, and we had visitors all the time. We had Nino Chambry, Feitosa. He was the only black belt. All the rest of the guys were 1 belt ahead of me. They were blues and purples and maybe a brown or 2. Well, those guys turned into be Matt Serra, Ricardo Almeida, Rodrigo Gracie, Nick Serra, John Danaher, and then myself. You know, I got my black belt on the same day as John Danaher. We were tied for the 5th, although he's not an American. So I got the 5th black belt from Renzo as an American. Well, maybe he is an American citizen, actually. You know, those guys, they were my teachers, but they weren't black belts yet. But it just goes to show you that what kind of quality can come out of a place. So you guys that are like, well, we only have 1 black belt. Yeah, I only had 1 too. But look at the people and the caliber that came out. We were such a tight-knit family. We went to competitions together, and you know, I was just really lucky to follow guys like that and have that type of tutelage and care. Renzo taught us everything he knew. He didn't hold back, and you know, Matt was one of my teachers and training partners, and like I said, Rodrigo Gracie and Ricardo Almeida. All these guys kicked my butt on a daily basis, and man, I'm so lucky that I was in that group, and I stayed in that group, and it was just, you know, to put me where I am today.
Well, it's pretty impressive company you're keeping in that group of guys, and I know so much competitive success has come out of that group. Tell us a little bit about your competitive success, and also, you know, that whole element of controlling or mastering the pre-fight jitters, the adrenaline jump, the guys who train so well in the gym but then gas out in their second fight in the tournaments. If you could give us a few tips on how people can not only prepare for a tournament mentally but succeed and not be a victim of their own kind of excitement, if you will.
Yeah, first of all, let me tell you a secret. I'm going to tell you a secret. I'm one of those dudes that is awesome in the gym, and when he went to the tournament, crapped the bed, you know, and that happened for a long time. I love sports. I've competed in every sport that I could, and that, you know, swimming was my biggest one, but football, soccer, track, baseball, everything that I could do in Indiana, I did it and I competed in it. And when I started jiu-jitsu, it was like everything. I trained every day, and when I went to my first couple competitions, I froze, you know. Actually, the first one, I have a funny story. It's lucky that I didn't freeze, because at that time, everybody had white gis. There was one guy with a red gi on the tournament, and my teacher, one of my teachers said, anybody that loses to the red gi is walking home. And the tournament was in Philadelphia, and I arm locked the guy out of fear, I think. Not because I was performing well, because I was like, oh, what? I got this guy the first round. Anyway, you know, it took a lot of competitions for me to really bring out my A game. And I think for the people that give themselves too much anxiety, the key is to know yourself. For me, I have to be very well prepared. For me, preparation is the key to my success. If I'm not training right, or if I have too much going on, I just perform like crap. For me, I need to be very well prepared, and know that, hey, I'm in as good a shape as I can be in. I've done my homework, I've drilled. If I know the guy, I've researched the guy, I have a game plan, because sometimes you can't make game plans. And then that gives me the confidence to go and perform as I should. And also, I will get another thing that just happened to me recently. I did the Worlds last year, and I tried to commentate. I was coaching, and I competed. So I commentated for 9 hours before I competed. That was a huge mistake, because I had never been in such a fog before. So I'm still learning too, just like all of you guys. But I will say, make it the only thing that you're going to do. If you tend to freeze up in a tournament, give it a little bit more attention. That tournament is the only thing that you have going on that weekend. You've prepared yourself for it. You've done everything you can in the gym to know that you're 100% prepared, and then be confident in your preparation. Know that you are the best that you can be, and that's going to do you well in the tournament. And then compete, compete, compete. The guys that are champions are doing, you know, I talked to Andre Galvon a few years back. He did a seminar at my school, and he said he did 80 matches that year. So the guys that are at the upper echelons, unless there's some sort of rarity, kind of like a Hodge or Gracie, they're competing time and time and time and time again. So don't beat yourself up if you're doing one tournament a year and you're not performing well. You need to do many, many tournaments, get the experience on the competition floor, and then bring that experience back to the training hall and simulate that competition as much as you can in the training hall. And that will hopefully bring you some great success.
Well, Shawn, thank you so much for taking the time to do an interview with us. Those are great pearls of wisdom. We look forward to working with you again, and great luck to you and your new school and 5-star martial arts.
Thanks very much, and if anyone out there is ever in Los Angeles, please come and see me.